Today the topic is important changes in my life in the last 10 years. Life changes from time to time, but in between these changes are long periods where things stay the same. And if you're not happy with your life or how things are going, then these periods can seem like forever. I always thought of time as not being my friend at all, and I was always racing against it, losing it or wasting it, and there was never enough of it. But in the last 10 years I've learned to work with it more. I still often don't have enough time to do everything, but I'm managing it better now. In the last 10 years, my life has been changing in a good way, and there have been some what I would call landmark changes mixed in with some other smaller changes. But first I want to talk about the times in between, because the spaces in between the changes are important for me for a couple of reasons. First of all, this time helps me to get used to the changes that have happened, although it's very difficult for me to be patient in this part of the process. As soon as I have change in one area of my life, I instantly want change in the other areas too, but that is not how change works for me. So even though I think I'm ready for more change, I found that I do need more time to settle into it and get comfortable with it. And this could take months, and for some things, even years. This waiting period also helps me to get ready for the next change. Some change needs to be prepared for. So now I need to talk about the changes. There are different kinds of changes that happen in my life, and these can be put into three different categories. The first and easiest kind is an opportunity for change that comes to me out of the blue without me doing anything. This happened to me quite a few years ago. I was in a job that I didn't like, that wasn't going anywhere, and suddenly I got a call offering me a better job. I didn't even have to think about it. I knew it was the right thing to go for. The second type of change is change that I have planned for, although you never actually know if something is going to happen until you actually do it. My wife and I wanted to move house, but we weren't really sure if we could afford it. And there were a few moments when we thought it wouldn't happen, but we reached a point in our preparations and decided to go for it. And in the end, we were successful. The third kind of change is something that just happens spontaneously, like this YouTube channel. I haven't had time or motivation to do anything new for a long time, but the idea hit me one day and I really felt like it would be a good thing for me to do. Starting something by myself and taking the initiative to do it in order to bring about change in my own life had to feel right. If change is forced too much by my own will and desire, then it never works for me. These three kinds of change have two things in common. First, there's the element of risk. They involve me needing to take a chance. And secondly, they involve me needing to trust that things will work out for the best. Click subscribe and keep up to date with what's happening on this channel.